Hi, welcome to Ties vs. Dies. So today we will be doing a spiral folded spiral shirt. This is pretty much the classic spiral shirt design for tie-dye enthusiasts and consumers alike. Right here we're actually going to be doing a different rendition of the classic tie-dye. So the shirt folding will be the same, but the dye application is going to be a little bit different, and that's going to make the finished result come out looking pretty cool and unique. So one of the things I wanted to stress to you that is important when spinning your shirt, you always want to keep the folds of the shirt tight. You want to keep them as low down and as small as possible with as many of them as possible. You don't want to get too big of folds, or else it will just come out looking funky at the end. There'll be too big of gaps and it just won't look right. Another thing to keep in mind is when you're going to tie off the shirt, when you're actually going to start to bind it, how I'm doing here in the video, you want to keep your hand pressed on the center of the shirt. How I'm doing every time I pull it, that's what I'm doing. I keep the shirt flat. That way my line, when I pull it, it doesn't bend the shirt up. Like if you've seen right there, the shirt tried to bend up a little bit. You have to counteract that by keeping firm pressure on it and keeping the shirt to the surface. Another thing is that right here I'm using fishing line, and fishing line's actually pretty good for these shirts because it's flexible, and when you're applying the dye, it doesn't cause the dye to move or drip or get caught up on it. With other materials, I've seen it actually retain some dye, and then it just has a negative effect on the outcome. And right here I am drawing out my lines. These are going to be the initial places where I put the dye at the end of the design. These are going to be just where the lighter color dyes are going to go. And so I drew that on both sides of the shirt, I'm sorry. And here we go. So see all these, you notice all these little loose ends on the shirt? You don't want those, because when you apply the dye, you want it to all be compact and constricted as it is here. And so let's get into the dye application. I'm going with yellow first. Again, you know, you always want to keep the code going where you use lighter colors first, because when you do that, they'll actually go deeper down into the folds of the shirt, and they will appear later on in your tie-dye reveal, or when you rinse out your shirt, those lighter colors will still be there. Another possible thing is to leave them just empty, to not put any dye where I just did right here, and that comes out looking pretty cool as well, but that's not what we were looking for right here in this particular dye application. And so notice that I'm going over each of those yellow sections again and again, and the reason for that is because you want to get deep saturation, of course, into this shirt. You want to get deep saturation into the folds, because you don't always think that there's you think that you put enough dye and you didn't, you know, classic story. But you really want to go heavy on the dye application, you know, 1 or 2 rounds. Right here we're going with the aquamarine blue. I really like this color blue, and the design for this is to be a multicolored spiral that is broken into 2 sections. That's why we're actually doing the defined lines like that. And this is a royal blue coming in right here. And so remember that it might look like it's fully saturated, and don't be shy to even, you know, open up those folds a little bit to get the dye in there. You always want to use as hot as water possible. That way the shirt will just absorb it. And that's another positive thing about using the fishing line, is that the shirt will remain spongy. So even though the shirt's pretty dense right now and it's constricted and it's firm in its shape, it still has a very spongy consistency to it. That's what you want to go towards. You want it to be spongy. You don't want it to be like a rock, because when it's like a rock, those inner deep down folds are not going to get saturated with dye, and they're not going to get the color that you want to have on them when your dye is complete. Another thing that helps a lot with this, what I'll oftentimes do is I'll go with some boiling hot soda ash water, and I will do an application of soda ash water that's boiling hot, and that tends to pull some of that dye further into the folds of your shirt. So that's another thing that you can do. It's little tips and tricks. But really just keeping that pattern with this particular dye application, just keeping that color pattern as we did on the reverse side. And right here we're going with the fuchsia pink. That was so the shirt's going to be broken down into sections. It's going to be the blue and yellow, and then it's going to be the purple and the pink, and that's the goal of it. I know it looks kind of like the X-Men Wolverine symbol right there, but it's going to be just a pretty cool looking spiral when it is done, and so keep that in mind, because it's actually going to be two different sets of complementing colors. And so yeah, just go heavy on that dye and do additional rounds as needed. Do an extra passovers with those lighter colors towards the end. Just do an extra passover before you're done, and remember that your saturation is key. And then yeah, when we flip it over, just follow that same pattern, lay out that aquamarine blue, you know, come in with those royal blues, come in with the fuchsia pink. And this is a really good pattern, this X pattern, separated into two different sections. So you cut the X, and then you put two different distinct patterns on each opposite corresponding X. So the top and the bottom, the side and the side, those are if you notice here, they're two distinct color patterns that I'm using. And what that does is it breaks down your spiral into a multi-segmented spiral. So it'll only have 4 main twists coming out of it, but they're going to be equal and opposite of each other, and it's a really cool look. It's something really interesting. I don't see a lot of people doing it, and I would highly recommend it. It's an easier one. Just follow this pattern I've done here, and you'll get some outstanding results. And so here we go. This is that shirt. This is what I was talking about. Notice those spirals right there. We got the purple and the pink, and then we got the yellow, green, and blue. And the way that you achieve that smokiness color is by the multicolored pinks, the multicolored blues, and those purples, of course. Alright, so well, we hope you enjoyed this video. We hope you learned something. We hope you had a good time. We hope that this was educational. And please like and subscribe, of course. And we will see you in the next one. Remember, don't be afraid. Get out there, tie-dye the world. And let us know if you need any help, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Alright, well, we love you. Bye-bye.